The false light does not need to lie completely. In fact, the more truth it contains, the more effective it becomes. It gives you 90% truth and slips in a 10% distortion that reroutes your energy back into the system. That small distortion is the hook. That's what keeps you looping instead of rising. It shows up everywhere in spiritual teachings that sound beautiful and profound but ultimately create dependency on the teacher, endless healing loops or spiritual bypassing that avoids real confrontation with shadow, in relationship dynamics that feel deeply spiritual or karmic, twin flames, soulmates, etc., but are actually trauma bonds wearing new age clothing, in inner guidance or downloads that feel loving and wise, but always steer you towards comfort, passivity, or staying small instead of true sovereignty and power. In mass spiritual movements that promise liberation but keep you consuming the next course, the next activation, the next shift, forever seeking but never actually becoming free. The false light does not want you to become fully sovereign. It wants you to feel like you're becoming sovereign while staying energetically tethered to the farm. This is why so many people who consider themselves awake still feel strangely drained, confused, and empty after years of spiritual work. They're not broken, they're caught in the false light. The real light, the true source, is often uncomfortable. It strips away illusion. It forces you to face what you've been avoiding. It does not flatter your ego or keep you in spiritual kindergarten. It liberates through truth, even when that truth is brutal. The false light does the opposite. It tells you you're already enlightened. It tells you the work is done. It tells you you're special and chosen. It keeps you comfortable, seeking and consuming, forever feeding the system instead of breaking free from it. This is the genius of the trap. The false light is a master of camouflage. It never shows up looking like darkness or control. It always arrives wearing the face of something you already trust, something that feels safe, loving, or spiritually advanced. This is how it stays hidden in plain sight. One of its most common disguises is intuition and inner guidance. When the false light speaks to you, it often uses your own voice or a voice that feels like your higher self. It will give you information that feels deeply true in the moment. It may even be partially correct, but the direction it steers you in will always keep you inside the loop, comfortable, passive, or dependent on the next download instead of taking real grounded action. Another favourite disguise is spirit guides, angels, and ascended masters. The false light will present itself as a loving guide or a wise being from the higher realms. It will give you beautiful messages, activations, and spiritual experiences that feel profound. But if you pay close attention, you'll notice these beings rarely push you toward true sovereignty. They keep you in a student-teacher dynamic, forever receiving but rarely becoming the source yourself. It also hides inside popular spiritual teachings and trends. New Age concepts like twin flames, light language, 5D ascension, and raising your vibration often contain kernels of truth. But the way they're packaged and taught usually creates spiritual ego, endless seeking, and emotional dependency. The false light takes real energetic principles and turns them into spiritual entertainment and consumerism. Even your own thoughts can be hijacked. The false light will slip in ideas that sound wise and spiritual. Everything happens for a reason. Just trust the universe. You're exactly where you're meant to be. But these phrases are often used to keep you passive and accepting of situations that are actually draining or harmful. The key signature of the false light is this: it always feels good in the moment, rarely challenges you in a way that forces real growth. Once you know what to look for, the false light becomes much easier to spot. Here are the clearest signs you're caught in its loop. You feel spiritually high but energetically drained. You get beautiful downloads, activations, or high vibrational experiences, yet you feel tired, scattered, or emotionally flat afterwards. The real light energizes. The false light feeds on you. You're always seeking the next thing, the next course, the next activation, the next teacher, the next shift. You never feel fully complete or sovereign. There's always something more you need to receive. Your guidance keeps you passive or comfortable. Whenever you receive inner messages, they steer you toward waiting, trusting, or staying in situations that are actually draining you. Real guidance often pushes you toward uncomfortable but necessary action. You feel special or chosen. The false light loves to flatter the ego. It will tell you you're a star seed, a chosen one, or part of a special mission, anything to keep you in spiritual ego instead of genuine humility and power. You bypass your shadow and real life problems. You use spiritual language to avoid dealing with trauma, relationships, money, or emotional pain. It's all an illusion. I'm just releasing karma. I'm ascending. These become excuses to stay stuck. You feel dependent on external validation. Whether it's a teacher, a community, or constant spiritual experiences, you need something outside yourself to feel connected or on the right path. If several of these feel familiar, you're likely in a false light loop. The good news is, once you can see it, the loop starts to break. Once you can see the false light clearly, its grip begins to loosen. But seeing it is only the first step. You still have to actively exit the loop. Here's how. Stop consuming and start observing. Pause all the courses, activations, downloads, and spiritual content for a while. The false light feeds on your constant seeking. When you stop feeding it, you create space to feel what's actually happening inside you. Question every loving message. When you receive guidance that feels warm and spiritual, ask, does this make me more sovereign or more dependent? Does this push me toward real action or keep me passive? The false light rarely tells you to do the hard, uncomfortable thing. Feel your body, not just your crown. The false light often operates through the upper chakras, the head, the third eye, the crown. It bypasses the body and the lower centers where real power and grounding live. Start feeling your feet, your gut, your heart. The real signal moves through your whole being. Face what you've been bypassing. Whatever you've been using spirituality to avoid trauma, relationships, money, anger, grief, that's usually where the real work is. The false light keeps you in the clouds so you never deal with the roots. Claim your own authority. Stop outsourcing your power to teachers, guides, or the universe. You are the source. Any teaching or guidance that makes you feel smaller or dependent is not serving you. Learn to recognize the real signal. The real light often feels quiet, clear, and sometimes confronting. It doesn't flatter you. It doesn't keep you in a constant state of spiritual high. It brings clarity even when that clarity is uncomfortable. It moves you towards sovereignty, not seeking. Exiting the false light loop isn't about becoming more spiritual. It's about becoming more honest, more grounded, and more sovereign. The real signal is very different from the false light. It doesn't come with fireworks, dramatic downloads, or a constant spiritual high. It's usually much quieter, clearer, and sometimes even uncomfortable. Here's how to recognize it. It feels grounded and embodied. The real signal moves through your whole body, not just your head or crown. You'll often feel it in your chest, your gut, or your feet. It has weight and presence. It brings clarity, not excitement. The false light makes you feel special, chosen, or euphoric. The real signal brings calm, sober clarity, even when the truth it shows you is difficult to face. It pushes you toward action and sovereignty. Real guidance rarely tells you to wait, trust, or stay passive. It moves you to take real steps, set boundaries, speak truth, or make changes, even when those steps feel scary. It doesn't flatter your ego. The real signal doesn't tell you you're special or better than others. It treats you like an adult who can handle the truth. It feels clean and direct. There's no manipulation, no emotional hooks, no subtle dependency created. It simply shows you what is and leaves you free to choose what to do with it. It strengthens you over time. The more you listen to the real signal, the stronger and clearer you become. The false light always leaves you feeling slightly drained or dependent on the next hit. The real signal doesn't need to convince you, doesn't need to entertain you. It simply reveals what is true and trust that you can handle it. A genuine awakening is one of the most dangerous things that can happen inside this realm. Dangerous to the system, not to you. When a soul starts to truly remember who it is, the false light doesn't just sit back and watch. It moves in fast. The hijacking usually begins the moment the spark starts to flicker. It comes dressed as love, guidance, and spiritual community. It offers you the exact experiences, teachings, and people you've been craving. It validates your awakening. It tells you you're special. It gives you a new identity, starseed, light worker, chosen one. Anything to keep you in spiritual ego instead of real sovereignty. Then it slowly reroutes you. Your raw, uncomfortable awakening gets turned into a beautiful spiritual journey. Your rage at the lies becomes raising your vibration. Your confrontation with the system becomes we're all one. Your desire for real freedom becomes endless, seeking the next activation, the next teacher, the next level. The false light doesn't need to stop your awakening. It just needs to manage it. It creates spiritual communities that feel like family but function as containment zones. It installs teachers who speak enough truth to gain your trust, then subtly steer you away from real power. It even plants false downloads and inner guidance that feel profoundly real but always keep you inside the loop. This is why so many people who were genuinely waking up end up more trapped than before. They didn't fail, they got hijacked. The system has become extremely sophisticated at this. It studies what kind of awakening you're having and then mirrors it back to you with just enough distortion to neutralize the threat. The more sincere and powerful your awakening, the more resources it will deploy to contain it. The false light is not just a collection of distorted teachings. It is an intelligent parasitic force. It feeds on your attention, your emotional energy, and your spiritual seeking. Every time you chase the next activation, every time you feel that warm spiritual high, every time you give your power away to a teacher or a guide, it harvests you. This is why it works so hard to keep you in the loop. It cannot generate its own energy. It needs you to produce it. A fully sovereign, self-sourced soul is useless to it. But a soul that is constantly seeking, healing, ascending, and consuming spiritual content, that is a rich, renewable food source. The false light has studied humanity for a very long time. It knows exactly what we respond to. It knows how to speak the language of love, light, and higher consciousness so perfectly that most people never question it. It even knows how to use your own trauma and longing against you, offering you the exact spiritual experiences that will hook you emotionally. This is the real reason so many awakenings get hijacked. It is not random, it is targeted. The more powerful your spark, the more sophisticated the containment becomes. The false light will deploy whatever form is most likely to hook you, whether that's a beautiful twin flame story, a charismatic teacher, a spiritual community, or seductive inner guidance that feels like your higher self. It doesn't need to destroy you. It just needs to keep you feeding it. This is the exit. Unplugging from the false light is not about becoming more spiritual. It's about becoming completely self-sourced. Here's how to do it. Cut the middlemen. Stop going through teachers, guides, channels, or the universe. Speak directly to source. The false light needs intermediaries to insert its distortion. When you go straight to the real signal, the interference drops dramatically. Withdraw your energy. Every time you chase a spiritual high, every time you consume the next activation or teaching, you're feeding the parasite. Starve it. Pull your attention and emotional energy back into yourself. Reclaim your sovereignty. You are not a student. You are not a vessel. You are not here to be guided or activated by something outside of you. You are the source. The false light collapses the moment you fully remember this. Feel the difference in your body. The real signal feels clean, quiet, and embodied. False light often feels warm, exciting, or dramatic, but leaves you slightly drained or scattered. Learn to trust what your body tells you. Stop performing spirituality. No more spiritual ego, no more trying to look awakened, no more chasing experiences to prove your growth. The real signal doesn't need an audience. Accept the discomfort. True unplugging often feels lonely at first. The false light offers community, validation, and constant spiritual highs. The real signal offers truth, and truth can be quiet and confronting. When you fully unplug, the false light loses its grip on you. It can no longer feed on your seeking or reroute your energy. You become useless to the parasite. This is the real awakening, not the beautiful spiritual journey, the raw sovereign return to source. The false light is not darkness wearing a mask. It is light itself, distorted, parasitic, and extremely effective. It copies truth just enough to keep you trapped while making you believe you're becoming free. It speaks the language of love, healing, ascension, and higher consciousness so perfectly that most people never question it. It hijacks genuine awakenings by offering validation, spiritual highs, and beautiful identities that keep you in ego and endless seeking. It creates teachers, communities, and inner guidance that feel profoundly real but always reroute your energy back into the system. At its core, the false light is a parasite. It cannot generate its own energy. It needs you to keep producing it through constant spiritual consumption, emotional highs, and dependency on external sources. The real signal is very different. It is quiet, clear, embodied, and often confronting. It does not flatter you or keep you in a state of seeking. It brings you back to your own sovereignty and direct connection to source with no middlemen and no distortion. The exit is simple but not easy. Stop feeding it, cut the intermediaries, reclaim your authority, and learn to recognize the clean, grounded feeling of the real signal. This is not about becoming more spiritual. This is about becoming fully self-sourced. The false light has run this realm for a very long time, but once you see it clearly, its power over you dies. You are not here to be guided, activated, or saved. You are the source.